Hi, this is Elliot from Alestorm, and you're listening to Collision on Voice FM.
How is everything going with Alestorm? Actually, you guys, you are coming to Australia.
Yes.
The album you released in 2014, is that your current release or have you got a new one?
Yeah, Sunset on the Golden Age, that's the newest one.
And so, like, Australia's pretty much the end of the world tour for that?
No, we haven't done South America with this album yet.
All right. Well, you actually joined the band in 2011. What were you doing before that?
Before that, I was a student. I was a music production student. And then I kind of quit my music education in order to get a job in the music business, which seems a bit redundant. That's what happened.
It's the only way to make it, though, in the music industry, isn't it? Throw yourself into it fully.
Yeah, exactly. It makes me wonder why I was studying music if I could then quit that education and get the job I wanted in the first place. It's cool. I got there.
And so then how can I ask how you actually came to join Alestorm?
The bass player, Gareth, before he was in Alestorm, he used to play in an Irish folk metal band called Waylander, who played with my kind of local folk metal band. Nothing to write home about, but, you know, when we were both in smaller bands, we played together, and so I was just always somebody that he knew who was, I suppose, a good keyboard player, good fun to be around, and that's what Alestorm needs. People who get on really well, good musicians.
Yeah. Well, you actually, like the band, Scottish, but you don't sound Scottish.
No, I'm English. The only person left in the band who is Scottish is Christopher, our singer. But he was actually born in England, and he lives in England, and he's married to an American to America. So there's nothing really Scottish about us anymore, to be honest.
Did you say he's moved to America?
He's moving there soon, I think, the end of this year.
Right. The rest of you guys aren't going to follow? You're just going to sort of work over the net a lot for writing and stuff?
Yeah, that's how we already do it. We never have, like, person-to-person songwriting sessions, or we never had a single rehearsal while I've been in the band, which is 4 years. 4 years. Never done a single rehearsal. We play so many shows, and we trust each other as musicians to be good enough to play our songs. It's unnecessary. I don't understand why bands feel they need to rehearse every week, because I think that's arguments happen being around each other too much. You know, it's nice to go home and then spend all the time with each other on tour, and that's how we have the most fun. Like shows.
Yeah. Well, listening to your music and that, of course, it, you know, sounds like it's the perfect place to be in a pub with your beer and, you know, having a party and that. So how does that translate to, like, huge stages and massive audiences?
It's great. I mean, we're lucky, as you say, our music works so well on such a personal level that when we play, you know, we don't really play tiny shows anymore, but it's happened in the past where, you know, not many people turn up and it's still fun. But then we play, like, this summer we played at Summerbeach Festival in Germany, which I think was probably our biggest ever festival crowd, which was probably about 40,000 people. And considering we're, you know, reasonably well-known band, especially in Europe these days, there were enough people in that crowd singing the lyrics to our songs. And, yeah, everybody just has fun. We tend to play these big festivals and they put it on quite early because we think that we can get the crowd going early in the morning and early afternoon. And they're right. We get everybody in a good mood. And I think that translates just as well over an enormous crowd as it does to 50 people.
Yeah. Well, I know you weren't in the band when it started and that, but, like, I mean, you are, of course, classified as pirate metal, but really it is a mix of heavy metal and, I guess, Scottish, Irish folk music, isn't it?
Well, thematically, the instruments that we use, or, you know, the sounds that we use, it sounds similar to kind of, you know, Irish, Scottish folk music, but there are no actual, you know, traditional folk melodies or any folk music in our songs at all. We use accordion sounds and violin sounds and stuff, and it sounds kind of like, you know, traditional Irish, Scottish music, but, you know, it's all written by us. There's no real serious traditional folk music in there at all, to be honest.
Speaking of serious, I watched the video for Magnetic North. I mean, just watching that, I mean, it's pretty obvious you guys don't take yourselves too seriously.
Yeah, I mean, that video is pretty much a shot-for-shot remake of the music video to Telephone by Lady Gaga.
Oh, right.
Some of our fans seem to have picked up on that, like the ones that are into several genres of music, and most of them just have absolutely no idea where that video came from or who wrote the script or what it's about. But it's funny for us, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. How many times have you actually been to Australia?
I've been once, but this will be the band's fourth time.
Right. So a lot of your Australian fans actually already know what to expect at your live shows, but personally I haven't actually been to one of your live shows, so I'm guessing it's going to be encouraging people to just let go and have a bit of fun for an hour or two.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, metal has always been, on the surface, metal has always been really serious. I know everybody has fun doing it, otherwise they wouldn't be doing it, but I think a lot of metal gigs, you're encouraged to take the subject matter of the band very seriously, and not so much in folk metal, but in metal in general, you're encouraged to be very serious about it. And to be honest, at Alestorm shows, half the people there are not even metalheads, they're just people who like having fun. There are people who are into metal who invite their friends along who aren't into metal, and they have just as much fun as the metal fans, if that makes sense.
Mm.
We attract like geeks and video game fans, and our intro when we walk on stage is the Monkey Island theme from those classic pirate point-and-click adventure games, Monkey Island. So we attract all sorts of people. It's not so much about flying the devil horns in the air and headbanging and all that sort of thing. It's just about having fun. And I think that resonates really well with the Australian crowd.
And I guess it's quite theatrical.
Yeah, I mean, it's not theatrical in the sense that people expect it to be, where people who've never seen us before expect us to come out dressed like pirates and to have cannons and pirate ships and stuff on stage. But that's not really the case. Our stage design is all bright colours, and we don't wear costumes. We just wear not particularly just everyday clothes, but it's theatrical in the sense that we're all having a lot of fun and putting so much effort and energy into it. But it's not even that piratey when you see us on stage, which people sometimes are disappointed at to start with, but they soon realise why, I think.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that actually, because I can see in your photos you don't dress like pirates.
Yeah, I mean, there are very early videos of Alestorm for the first few weeks where they did dress like pirates. But if you're on tour for 30 days and you're wearing the same big theatrical pirate costume every day, can you imagine how smelly that would get? You come off stage and it's soaked with sweat, and then you've no real laundry facilities, and you have to put it on the next day after it's hardened.
Yeah. Well, not having been in the band the whole time, and there might be some things that they did that you weren't there for, but you personally, what is it that, if the opportunity came up, you would actually die inside to jump on the chance?
I don't know. I mean, in the last few years, we've played a few of these. It seems to be a new thing. I think that the 70,000 tons metal cruise on the ship in the Caribbean probably started the thing. But we've done one of those, obviously on a lesser scale, but we've done one of those between Sweden and Finland. And then earlier this year, we did one in the Mediterranean between some of the Spanish islands and Barcelona. And then there are also bands who are doing that. It's the band Sabaton from Sweden. They have their own cruise.
Mm.
Flogging Molly, that American folk rock band, they have their own little cruise ship. It's just one of those on a smaller scale where they kind of headline it but invite other bands to come play. And we would really love to have one of those of our own, a smallish kind of cruise ship for 2 or 3 nights where we play a couple of headline shows and then there are just other fun bands having lots of fun. And the cool thing about those ships is that everyone hangs out together with the band because there's no real backstage or VIP area. It's just a ship. Everybody walks around and eats in the same places, sleeps in the same places. So that's what we'd like to do, I think. That's the next kind of big step that we'd like to take.
That sounds amazing, actually, heavy metal cruises.
I mean, we've played a few of them and they're always fun, but to have our own would be like dream come true, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Australia's a bit small for heavy metal cruises, I think. We have to go to Europe for those. It sounds like a lot of fun, though. I will actually tell people you're going to New Zealand first, and you're actually starting off in Perth in WA, which the band originated in Perth in Scotland, didn't it?
Yeah, originally, yeah.
Yeah. You'll be at Max Watts in Brisbane on the 26th of November, in Adelaide on the 27th, in Sydney on the 28th, and you finish in Melbourne at 170 Russell Street on the 29th of November. I will also tell people if they look for the Piratefest featuring Alestorm on Facebook, they can find the event page there. but you are facebook.com/Alestorm band. Who does your Facebook? Do you guys do it yourselves?
Yeah, we do it ourselves.
Right. So if people talk to you, then they are talking to you.
If anybody sends us a message on that page, it's one of us that will reply. Yeah.
Awesome. And you do have, of course, your pretty cool looking website here, and it's alestorm.net. And you currently have Sunset of the Golden Age out, which was released in 2014 in August. Are you working on a new album now?
We're writing bits and pieces. We're not taking it very seriously. We don't write and rehearse together because we all live in different. So we write little bits, and send them to each other on the internet, and songs slowly come together. But we're not making any real efforts to write an album now. We're just, every time we think of something, we'll write it down. That's all. There's still places in the world we haven't been. This Sunset of the Golden Age, which came out over a year ago, we haven't been to Australia with it yet. We haven't been to South America with it yet. So there's no hurry. We can still happily sponge off this album for a year or so.
So you guys just go along until you feel like the time's right for a new album?
Yeah. There's no pressure on us.
No, awesome. Well, it sounds like you have a lot of fun on and off stage, and that you're in a healthy place as a band to keep going.
Yeah, hopefully.
Thank you very much. I do hope you have a great time when you come to Australia, and I hope you enjoy your days off.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you. I'll just say once more, alestorm.net, find out more about these guys, and you've got to check out that Magnetic North video too, people.
Watch the Lady Gaga version first before you watch ours. It'll make much more sense.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch the Lady Gaga one now.
Yeah, Lady Gaga Telephone, everyone.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a good day.
Cool, cheers.
Bye.